okay. What up now? Oh, wait, serious.
I mean, we can be silly.
This is now the, like, 4th time that we're going to try to make this video.
Welcome to a world of kids.
Ooh, welcome to... This is my new puppy. And his name is Oliver. And he's just the best goddamn puppy there is, and his red rocket's hanging out.
Ooh.
Disgusting. Alright, this is Larn, Loba.
Hi.
BFF.
And it's the first time I'm in one of his videos.
I was going to make my own video, but then someone just decided to come to my house unannounced.
He told me to come to his house. He called me at 5 o'clock and said, come see my puppy. And I said, okay. And I texted him and said, I'm on my way. And
I lost track of time, apparently.
So, what do you want to talk about today?
Well,
18 months on Sunday was...
Before we get into how much you love me,
okay,
we're going to talk about trans men in the gyno.
This is fun.
I went to the gynecologist last week.
Side note, he wanted me to go with him, and he was, like, terrified. He was just like, they're going to say my name, and then I'm going to be the only guy in the room. And I was like, just, like Hayden is, what's the word, ambiguous?
Androgynous.
Androgynous. Ambiguous. Androgynous? Like, 2 genders, right? It can go either way. Yeah, okay. So Hayden could be a girl's or a boy's name.
But this is a boy.
I know, but what I was saying is that if we were in the gynecologist's office and
if you went with
if I went with him and they called Hayden, then we both would get up and then they wouldn't know which one they were talking about. They would assume it was me just because gender is so nowadays.
In a box. That's a box. I'm on top of the box. I'm so jittery. But yeah, I wanted Lauren to come with me, but she's like busy with life.
I would have came, but you ended up being able to find...
Yes, my doctor just let me go to one that works in his office, so there's a million different doctors in that office building, so when I'm sitting in the waiting room and I get called back, nobody knows what I'm there for, so it worked out. But the experience itself wasn't that bad.
I told him it wouldn't be. I told him that doctors would be not used to it, but I mean...
I thought you were going to say useless.
Like, understanding. Like, I mean, they're a doctor. They know...
They know what transgender is.
Yeah, I mean, like, people are just like, what, is it endocrine that you go to? Is usually an endocrine doctor that you would go to for...
Endocrinologist.
Endocrinologist. And, like, people just... I mean, I could see the anxiety that you... I mean, I get anxiety going to the gynecologist, and I'm a female. So, I mean, like, I don't want them to stick speculums up my vagina. It hurts. But just the fact that, like, he had to be nervous about it is what is upsetting, because the only reason he was nervous about it is because of the judging eyes that could have been there if he wasn't in a doctor's office where it was obviously solely a gynecologist.
Right.
But I just don't think that doctors are...
The worst part about it was, like, the doctor's doing his business, and then there's just this lady nurse just over his shoulder, like, getting a free show. That was the worst part. She needed to go somewhere.
She needed to go.
Nobody need her in there.
Excuse me, nurses are a valuable part of the healthcare profession team.
Whatever. She's in nursing school. But it's important to take care of your body, regardless if you're uncomfortable, right?
Right. I actually told him for a few months probably that he needed to go to the gynecologist because as a nursing student, testosterone levels in...
Biological females?
Yes, thank you. I was going to say born females, but that just didn't, like, born supremacy.
Baby, I was born this way.
Biological females, high testosterone levels can cause tumors on the ovaries. It can also, as we found out at his appointment, it can cause shrinkage of the ovaries. It can also, you're also so susceptible, even if you're having, I mean, like you still need to get your annual pap smear because of cervical cancer. I mean, you can still get things that are female-based biologically. I mean, T isn't going to cure all of those things. So just on the safe side, and as a nursing student, and like my professional opinion, and just because he was my friend, I told him that like just do it for the health of your body.
Yep.
Because you finally got what you want, you still got to take care of it. Talk about your testosterone levels.
They're sky high. My doctor told me I had more testosterone than he did. A normal level is supposed to, like a healthy level is like 750 or something.
In between 300 and 750 for a normal male.
And mine's 1380. So how I wasn't roiding out and just raging out and ended up in prison is beyond me. But I had to change my level from a full cc to a half a cc every 2 weeks. And last week was my first half dose, so I'm trying to figure out.
Did you feel any different?
No, and that's what I want to know. So if anybody had changed their dose and felt crazy afterwards, just let me know. Look at this man like.
So high testosterone levels, but you didn't feel any, like you didn't know your testosterone was high.
Now, the
only
thing,
because the doctor told you?
Yeah.
Did you have any like...
I feel tired all the time, but I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Which I feel like it could.
Could. I mean, it could be making your... I mean, I guess it could. I don't really know. Now my brain's working, trying to think. Did you have any, this is gonna be gross. Did you have any constipation that you noticed?
I poop just fine.
Because that could happen.
What? People with the high testosterone can't shit? Maybe that's why women say men are full of shit.
Maybe.
I ain't scared to hit a woman.
I ain't scared to hit a man. In the dick.
Ooh. What were we going to talk about?
I don't know. It's 18 months. Talk about changes. Any new changes?
No. I made a video like 3 weeks ago, so I have a pimple. That's changed.
Got about 17 of them.
The
other day we had matching pimples.
I got a soul patch. Oh, it's there.
It's there. I see it.
What up?
So I guess I can talk about
me.
You. So this is the first video that I've been in.
18 months.
In 18 months / 10 years.
Oh, I have plenty of videos of you.
We've been friends for 10 years, since my sophomore year of high school and his freshman year of high school.
Were you shocked when I came out as being trans?
Yes and no. At the time, Hayden and I weren't, what were we when you came out? We weren't really friends.
No, those were the lost years.
We were friends for like 8 years or so. I don't like your toe hair. We had a falling out when my daughter's 4 now, so
she ruined our relationship.
We had a falling out around the time my daughter was about to be 2, because of a mutual friend. Well, a mutual friend now / ex-girlfriend of his, friend of mine, and we just had a falling out. So for about a year, we didn't talk.
That's where the lost year.
We didn't like talk at all for about a year, and then we slowly like I realized my ways were wrong, and I had realized that I had lost a piece of me. So I had to get back. So then we reconnected. We reconnected before, I think we talked a little bit before you came out as T.
Before I came out as being testosterone.
I didn't mean to say that. As before you came out as trans. But
Hi, little girl. You're supposed to be watching Netflix.
But when he actually did come out, he was talking to our friend, and Eleanor. Hey.
What's wrong?
When he first came out, I'm
coming out. I want the world.
I guess I had a bias a little bit because I was still mad at him for whatever I was mad about, and I had another bird chirping in my ear saying that it was all dumb, and
I'm gonna go put on a t-shirt. I'm hot. Keep talking.
And it was kind of like a show or something. But to be honest, like I honestly didn't know a lot about the trans community. I didn't really understand gender dysphoria at the time. So when I found out that he had come out, I actually started doing a lot of reading about it.
Side note, Lauren's daughter thinks my scars are shark bites, and when I just walked in there and took off my shirt, she said, "Those are your shark bites. You really had a shark."
My daughter knows him from before and from now, but she doesn't remember before.
She doesn't know it's the same person.
Yeah, she doesn't like we have pictures of Hayden before Hayden, and then can I say Holly? We have Holly pictures like of little baby Ella, and then we've got Hayden pictures, and like she's always just like, "Who's that?" And we're just like, "Holly." Like, I mean, there's
I don't know.
Like
random person.
I didn't explain it to her yet because she's 4. She did ask me one time why Hayden sits down to pee, even though he's a boy, because she doesn't understand privacy. She'll barge right on in. Anyways, back to when he first came out. And like I said, I didn't really understand or didn't know a lot about gender dysphoria or the trans community, so I did a lot of reading about it, which ended up actually bringing me to a whole other topic, which is my passion now, which is gender roles. And I have a whole other thing about that. But basically, I read about it, and from knowing him before and then like reading about it, and then I mean, I just accepted it because there's nothing else I could do. I accepted it. But now, I mean, after a year and a half a year and a half on T, how long have you been out? 2 years? 2 years out, I honestly can say that, like, there's no other choice, probably. I mean, it's definitely made a huge impact on him and on the people that he knew or knows. I mean, it's actually amazing, and it's actually like, I mean, what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost courageous. Like,
Almost, bitch, it is.
Testosterone makes you real cocky. Just kidding.
Suck my cockiness and make my persuasion. I can't stop fidgeting.
There's just been such a positive change. Like, even with the struggles with his family, I mean, like, his mom and his dad. I mean, like, his mom is Mona, so, I mean, she seems to be alright with it. I still hear her slip up sometimes. But I think a big issue with his dad might have been a big issue, and maybe his brother. But honestly, like, even though those people don't understand or they don't get it, like, he still just kept going. Like, he didn't just stop because somebody couldn't handle it. And, I mean, he always had, like, I mean, he always had his friends and his support system and stuff, but honestly, like, it wasn't me or anyone else who helped him along this journey.
Ella,
It's been him.
what's this?
You gotta show her the whole thing.
What's this?
A shark bite.
Did I get bit by a shark? Does that make me a bad person?
No. We could tell her. She probably would just be like, what? The only reason we don't tell her, it's not that we're trying to hide her from the truth. It's just that a 4-year-old has a big mouth. So if we're
We'd be
out
at the grocery store. It's like,
right, exactly. Like, I mean, and it's not that, like, I mean, I don't think Hayden's necessarily, he's not ashamed of what he is, but I mean,
Safety.
yeah, you can go
Yeah,
to the
it's right
bathroom.
there.
But I mean, like, you know, you don't want to first meet someone and be like, oh, hey, I have a vagina, but I look like a guy. I mean, like, you want people to see you for who you are and not define you by what's in your pants. So, of course, you're not going to tell somebody that, but little Big Mouth over there is going to be like, he's got a vagina! And
I got a big dick.
right, and so everyone's just going to be like, what? So we just haven't told her yet until she's old enough to understand.
Keep her fucking mouth shut. I mean, yeah, understand.
So, positive changes.
Did you flush the toilet?
Oh, I forgot.
I have really hairy legs.
Any other questions?
No. This is like as long as a sitcom now.
16 minutes. What else have I noticed about you?
The drama.
That hurt.
You alright?
The drama.
There isn't that much drama.
That's what you were talking about.
Oh, you want me to talk about that lesson?
I got my finger stuck.
In the last video we tried to make, I was talking about, how he's changed because in his relationships, he's kind of got, I think he just has, like, he's not clouded anymore, and he's not trying to act like a female, and he can act like the male that was in his head, and so there's not a lot of, like, oh, I have to act this certain way, and then it causes drama in my relationships, and now it's just, instead of two crazy, or two girls going at it, even though he still kind of dates some lesbians, it's still just, like, his relationships are more, I don't want to say the word real, but they are, I guess. There's less drama.
They're
more-
not being fueled by estrogen on both ends, and by no means does that mean lesbians are crazy. We're not saying anything bad about all
No, I don't
lesbians
think
out there.
there's anything bad about lesbians. I'm just saying.
But I was a very emotional person pre-testosterone, and I just ran off of emotion, and it wasn't good.
He was very, I'm like losing my mind. Spontaneous, is that the word?
Impulsive.
Impulsive. He was very impulsive. I mean, like, it was like flip of the switch. Like, if he got pissed off, it was like, I'm gonna do something to fuck this bitch up. And it was like, why? Whoa, God, calm down. All she did was say you were a cunt. Like,
I'm gonna fuck this bitch up.
I'm gonna go beat her up, or we're driving to her house, and then halfway there, oh, this is a bad idea. And we're like, all right, let's turn around.
I need to put all my dirty laundry out on the internet.
I didn't say any names.
They know who they are.
There's, I don't know, like, it's so hard. It's not hard, but it is hard. It's like I'm so used to, like, I honestly don't even remember Holly. I do. I remember the initial person. Oh, there she is. I remember Holly because, like, she's right here. Like, it's the same person. It's just, like, better. And not that he wasn't a good person as Holly. It's just that he's, for himself, personally, he's happier. He's better. So it just, like, I mean, it just is, like,
Better.
better. Yeah.
Mommy, is this your pop? Mommy, can I have a drink? Please, please. What is it? Decaf?
Decaf.
Can I have a decaf Dr. Pepper?
Does Diet Dr. Pepper have caffeine in it?
Yes.
No. Do you have juice?
The hell's this?
You
Okay,
talk.
then.
Come on, let's
well,
go look for juice.
as always, if anybody has any questions and or concerns, you can contact me. What do you want to say?
I don't know.
Tell them how much you like Hayden.
Talk about me. 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 I guess that's it because it's now 20 minutes on. Okay, bye.
Boy.